Hey, how's it going?
Hey Hannah, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just hanging out at the best World Games ever.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to talk to us real quick. We really appreciate it.
Oh, of course, anytime.
Yeah, so being an Olympic medalist yourself and winning a gold medal, you know what that feeling is like. So, what's it been like for you? Tell us what your World Games experience has been like in Los Angeles.
I'd say Los Angeles is definitely the perfect place to host a World Games. You know, the turnout has been incredible, and the athletes are just looking so good out there. So I'm just super pumped to be here, and winning gold medals at the Olympics is fun, but the World Games for Special Olympics is just so much more meaningful and so much more fun for me.
How was the opening ceremony? We had Jimmy Kimmel on stage, Michelle Obama gave the formal opening, and we had all the athletes come in with their respective countries. Was there any sort of emotional connection for you getting to watch that instead of participating in it as an athlete?
Yeah, it was just the show was incredible, and the energy in the stadium of all the spectators and the athletes was just off the charts. You could just feel the passion and the fire and everyone's eyes. Like, as an athlete myself, it's just that's what motivates you to get out there and just give it your all. So hearing Michelle Obama speak and the lineup and the songs, like I just teared up so many times because it's just like this is what life is about, and this is what causes change, and it's just getting people together who all have the same mindset and who want to just see the world be a better place, and it's just that's what life's about.
Is there anything specific from the World Games besides obviously the coming together is very inspirational, I think, for everybody involved, especially the fans that get to see that came all the way from different countries to come see their athletes represent in one of the biggest markets and opportunities they're going to get in their lifetime in their career. So as an athlete, once the World Games are over, what would you take away as your biggest motivation from these Olympics?
I mean, the last World Games I was at in Korea, and then at this one, it changes my whole perspective on competing, and the awareness factor for me is just like, I'm a snowboarder, but I also want to work on the inclusiveness of everybody around the globe, and I just take away more motivation to go out and try harder and be a better person and share with my friends my experiences so that they feel that passion, because a lot of snowboarders have their little niches that they're involved with, but
Sure, yeah.
like most athletes, people don't really get involved until they hear the stories of their friends who, like myself, have had their whole perspective change on what really matters in life and why I do my sport, and it's just I think it just people love hearing other people's stories, so it's just cool to be one of those athletes who shares that.
Have you had the chance to sit down and connect with any of the athletes in the LA games one on one and gotten to hear some of their stories?
Yeah, we went to baseball all day yesterday, and it was just so fun to see everybody, and it's pretty busy, so you don't really get those one-on-one times. But my friend Dana, who was at the World Games in Korea, and who's also at the new X Games event that we hosted this year as a medal event in X Games, I've gotten really close with her, and it's just a friendship that's so deep, and it's on another level, and it's just like not those superficial relationships you get usually with meeting athletes.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's been really cool, and she is just such a talented snowboarder, and she's my biggest fan, and I'm her biggest fan, and it's really cool.
Other than her, have you had any athletes come up to you and just in the conversations you've had, have them tell you that like you're a role model for them? Have you had any instances like that? Maybe not in LA. If you have, could you share that with us?
Oh yeah, people. I mean, I think a lot of people connect with snowboarding, and the athletes always think it's so cool that I'm a half pipe snowboarder who hucks herself, on those icy pipes. So
Right, yeah.
I have a lot of athletes really, really love that I'm a snowboarder. They just get a hoot out of it, and a lot of them watch snowboarding at the X Games and see me compete, and it's really cool to hear them just be like, yeah, I love watching you, and it just it really fuels my flame to get out there and learn those new tricks, and the progression is just happening so fast. So to have the Special Olympians backing me is really really on a whole nother level.
That's awesome to hear. You did mention just a sec ago that you've been to other World Games. So how would you compare those other experiences to LA so far?
The experiences of South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Korea was definitely it's super cool because it's all the winter sports. So I got to come up with the idea there on a panel, like I said, of getting Special Olympics in X Games, and that's where that whole concept came from. I had arrived in South Korea, and I was participating in all the events, and it was so fun. I was just seeing how extreme these athletes are and how much talent they have. And I was on this panel, and I was like, this needs to be an X Games because we're trying to bring more awareness to the youth, and that's who watches X Games. And I remember Tim Shriver was in the front row as I was talking about getting Special Olympics and X Games. He was drawing up a logo,
Oh yeah.
and it said Special Olymp X with a big X on the end. And now 2 years later, me and him had been working, and it's finally a medaled event in X Games. So it just shows the power of these World Games and the ideas that come out of it, and the change that can be brought. And that really, it opened my eyes to show that ideas are that's what creates all these cool changes. And having it in X Games was probably one of the biggest accomplishments I've had in my career.
Right on. So you, like you said, you've been a part of the Olympics, you've been a part of the X Games, World Championships, World Cups, all sorts of stuff. Um, what are those crowning moments like when you know that you finally won your event, which is the half pipe? When you finally get a gold medal in Torino and a silver in Vancouver, what were those moments like for you?
Those are just pivotal moments. Have been pivotal moments that just make me realize that dreams come true, and the power of attraction. When you put out what you want, the world wants to give it to you, and that's something I've definitely realized over my career. Is the bigger dreams and the bigger goals you have, and the more positive thinking you put into those, the faster they come to you, and the faster you realize that they come true. And that's just something I've definitely learned and share with people. That the law of attraction is huge, and what you think, you manifest, and thoughts are what creates change, and that's make or break situations. So.
Well, glad to hear that it's been, quite the ride for you so far in Los Angeles. The good news for everybody is it's just getting started. I mean, they've got so much competition left. And the opening ceremony for us was just mind-boggling to see how many fans came out and supported an event like the Special Olympics, just to know that they have that kind of backing, and that it's, Olympics like this moving forward are going to have only more and more support, and to know that the Special Olympics were able to put on one of the biggest overall events in LA's history, if not the top one, is huge. So thank you, Hannah Teter, for sitting down with us today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. This is huge. Glad to be a part of it. It's amazing.
All right. Well, we'll see you out there.
All right, we'll see you out there. Thanks.
All right, take care.